Hey everyone, this is Jesse with FarmingSeattle.com. Wanted to do a video of all the things got going on today. Um, I planted some tomatoes last week in these trays, and these are just 10 by 20 trays. They have a solid floor, so no water escapes. So trying to get the tomatoes sprouted. I haven't seen anything yet. They're in the greenhouse. So we'll see how they do. I have Cherokee Purple, Abraham Lincoln, and Stupus tomato seeds. See if I can get this thing to focus. And then a couple other things. I'm just clearing out some of the plants. A lot of ones down below were not doing so well. Like this thing I'll probably have to clean out, maybe sanitize it a little bit. A lot of plants had, I don't know, they just look like fungus or something. And obviously there's some losses. I'd say about 10 to 20%. Just they didn't make it through the winter. Couple hydrangeas. A lot of the rosemary kind of died. It would get some weird. Well, I can show you out here. Kind of had a weird thing on it. So I'll try and plant these. They look sick, but I'll plant them and maybe they'll grow or not. Some of the goji berries right there. I'm going to plant all these things that are just not looking great. And kind of clean up the greenhouse. So that's the first project. Got some other stuff started over here. And originally I started these inside. Those are cucumber on the far side, and they sprouted in this thing in like, I don't know, 2 days maybe. Everything closer are jalapenos. So it looks like they are might be starting to grow there. So we'll see how they do in the greenhouse. It's still a little cold in here, but like as you can see, all of these are struggling for light inside, and I didn't really want to set up my the lights that I have, the LED lights. So we'll do that. I'm gonna plant some more. I'm trying to plant some more blackberries. I just have extras. I probably have another 20 or so. I already planted 10 this morning, and they're just ready to go. And these are all Triple Crown Thornless blackberries. And I have a different kind that I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's kind of more of a purple berry. But these things are just growing like crazy in here. These are in root bags. And I just made them myself with a heat impulse something or other. And so this tray down here has water. If we can see any, there we go. So I kind of filled up with some water all day, and that kind of gives them exactly the amount of water they need. So yeah, it's been kind of sunny, and these have been growing pretty well. And this one's about to put out flowers, so I should probably plant it. So that's the first part. I'll kind of show you where I'm planting at, and quick overview of the aquaponics again. We'll go from there. Okay, next up I got some of these blackberries that I was talking about earlier. They have a purple berry, and they're really good. They kind of sprout berries pretty quickly. So this is the original blueberry plant, and let's see here, I probably got at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I probably got 10 plants just from this one blackberry bush. So right now, if you do it over the winter, you can put the tips of blackberries into soil, and as you can see, this one's already putting up new, let's see if I can see that. It's already putting up new plants right there, so that one's doing it, that one, and that one. And so after these get up, a foot or so, I'll just clip it up here, and then this will be a brand new plant. And so basically I've done, I think from 1 or 2 plants, I've done 2 rows about 20 to 30 feet long, and each year I create, I don't know, probably 50 or so plants from all these. And basically these Triple Crown blackberries you want to keep them pruned at about 3.5 feet tall and about, I don't know, 18 inches wide from the middle. So about 3.5 feet. And when you do that, they can stand upright all by themselves. You get tons of berries on the second year cane, and then you also have just a bunch of cuttings that you can literally make tens and hundreds of new plants. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and get these guys planted in here. Let's see how well this works out. If I can get it right where I want it. Well, let's see here. And so these plants, I just used a straight compost mix. I just use compost, propagate them in the summer, put them in here. These guys obviously grew quite well over the winter time. And I'll try and take out any weeds. And usually when I pot them up into plants or into pots, I'll do a scoop of organic fertilizer, kind of give them the growth they need. So let's just take a look at these roots. And so these are pretty good. I'm trying to keep this plant all together, and so I'm just planting the plants. I mean, this is just sod, so I just dug up some sod, and I want to kind of keep it at the same level, the dirt is the same level height-wise, and I'll just plop let's see, 3 or 4 in there. Wow, this one's actually pretty good, but this might have been all the weeds that were growing in there, because this one doesn't look too strong. We'll see if it grows. So I mean, if you were to buy these plants at the nursery, you could easily spend hundreds of dollars on 20 or so plants. So just from one of the species that I propagate every year, you know, you get free plants all the time. And another benefit, I usually have compost worms. This is a compost worm, and they always grow in the same soil as the potting plants, so in the compost. So they probably give it some fertilizer and stuff. And I'll spread these guys out in the garden just to kind of see what's going on. They fertilize it and everything. And so the other thing with these, since I am planting right into the sod, I will go ahead and put dirt all the way up into the sides, probably spread a little bit of fertilizer on them. This dirt's really clay-like. And then I'll go ahead and put some cardboard down on top, just around the sides to smother out more of the weeds, more of the grass. And then put about 4 inches or so of wood chips on top. And that way it'll just kind of keep the competition down between the grass and these new blackberry plants. So that's one other thing I'm doing right now. This is the other one, and I have not looked yet. And this is going to be our carrot bed, and right now I am trying to smother and sprout all the seeds that are underneath here. So the idea is that the plastic is sealed on all ends, therefore it's kind of like a greenhouse, and it heats up the ground. And I don't see anything sprouted yet, so I'll probably keep it on there for another week or so and see what happens. And then I'll scrape everything off and plant some carrots in there. It's about a 20-foot bed. And this is where I'm continuing on the blackberries. I planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maybe. 8, 9, yeah, about 10, and I'll keep going down the line. That way we'll probably have a 30, 40-foot section of blackberries. All right, up next, let's do the aquaponics again. See if I can turn this off. I got one floater down there. And the bell siphon is working right now. It's been going pretty well. You can see I have, I don't know if it's algae. It looks like a plant that's green growing. But I did throw a bunch of lettuce seeds in here, and you can see kind of a few spots down there. So those are all finally sprouting, and I've just been keeping the plastic on during the day, and we've gotten to 50s, maybe 60s. Let's see if I can show the bell siphon finishing off. Hear that. I also put garlic in there, and the garlic's growing. Apparently you can use these like chives. So all the small little cloves that I had, I just threw them in there. And there was one other thing. I had one blackberry plant right here. Right there at the bottom. It's actually sprouting from the base. So hopefully these things are rooting out right now, and in a couple weeks I'll take them out and plant those up as new plants, so using this as a propagation bed. And it looks like over there we got kale. It looks like it's going to seed, so yeah. Swiss chard is growing back, which is nice. I put some celery down there. It still looks like it's doing terrible. I should have put it in a thing of water and let roots grow and then stick it in there. I just kind of stuck it in there. And yeah. So other stuff is everything's blooming. I put in some more grapes. I thought my grapes were all dead because they didn't have any leaves on there. But they were putting out some things, so I planted those guys right there. And my idea is just to trellis them up onto these fruit trees. Like this is just a peach, just rootstock, and I put a few more in there, see if I could do the same thing. Yeah, so this grape actually has growth on it right there. So yeah, I need to get some wood chip spread, more plants planted, clear out the greenhouse, and let's just hope for a good spring and summer this year. Thanks for watching. And one last hack for the day. Got this bucket I put it on a cinder block standing up, and I just kind of wanted to make the aquaponics system quieter. So I filled it up with lava rock, and now it probably reduced the noise by half. So I wanted to show that. Thought that was a good idea. Just kind of to keep things quieter. Did get a little dirty though, but alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.